All right, the world tour continues. The I Am Rapaport live world tour continues this summer. July 26th, we're going to be in Toronto. Saturday, August 4th in New York City. Saturday, August 18th in Houston, Texas. Wednesday, August 22nd in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania at Union Transfer. And Saturday, August 25th, right in Boston, Massachusetts. The I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast World Tour. Me and G Moody, whose last name rhymes with duty, live, taking on the entire world. Again, we start Thursday, July 26th in Toronto. All tickets are available at IamRapaportTour.com. We're doing meet and greets for every single person in the house. The I Am Rapaport Tour Takeover 2018. Get your tickets at IamRapaportTour.com. All right, brand new I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast is coming up next. My name is Michael Rapaport. Today we are talking about my main man, Robert De Niro. Did he go too far? Cursing out Donald Trump at the Tony Awards. We have some fantastic sick fucks of the week. I saw the movie Ocean's 8, and I have some question about who got paid what. Plus, we have to discuss Game 4 of the NBA Finals. Plus, Tampa Bay Buccaneer beast, wide receiver, the $81 million man, my man, Big Mike Evans from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, was at Game 4 of the Finals. He's an NBA fan, a LeBron lover. He knows I'm a LeBron hater. I'm going to ask him what he thinks the outcome would be of me and LeBron James shooting a fair one for 5 minutes, what it's like to be 24 and have an $81 million contract, and I'm going to ask him the real question that all NFL fans want to know. What the fuck are OTAs? All that and more with my main man, Big Mike Evans. But first, me and G Moody are going to set the table. Miles, Jordan, let me get something funky. All right. You know how much I love my coffee. I talk about it all the time. I love coffee, and we have never had a coffee sponsorship before. So when I tell you that 4 Sigmatic is where it's at, you know it's worth giving up your daily Starbucks. That's right. 4 Sigmatic coffee is better than Starbucks. And you know I used to like my Starbucks, but 4 Sigmatic is better. Here's the twist. It ain't just coffee. It's a superfood because it's made with mushrooms. That's right, mushrooms. And they're kind of like magic mushrooms. Mushroom coffee has half the caffeine of regular coffee, but is twice as magical. It's healthier, and it'll make you happier whether you like coffee, tea, or cacao, or whatever you're into. 4 Sigmatic coffee is fantastic. It supports focus, creativity, memory, concentration, and brain health. I'm drinking the mushroom coffee right now. It comes in easy-to-use and single-serving packets. All you got to do is just add water. Perfect for travel or when you're on the go. Costs just $1.50 per cup. Okay, I love 4 Sigmatic coffee. You could get 15% off your first purchase with the code CHAMP. That's because I'm the champ. Just go to 4Sigmatic, FOURSIGMATIC.com/champ and try it for yourself. 4Sigmatic.com/champ and try it for yourself. I am telling you, I love this drink. All right. Oh, we are back. It's the I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast. Coming live and direct from the Gloom Tomb studio of New York City of Moneymaking Manhattan. My name is Michael Rapaport, of course. A.K.A. the Gringo Mandingo, A.K.A. the Jake LaMotta of podcasting. I'm here with G Moody, whose last name rhymes with duty. We have a jam-packed I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast. We're going to get into a whole bunch of things. I want to tell you guys right now that, listen, of course, Friday night when the Cavaliers lost in dramatic fashion. Pretty much quit at the end of the third quarter. I was itching. I was itching to do an emergency podcast, but I said, why? Why? I predicted, I called it. I thought that the Cavaliers would be competitive enough to win one fucking game, but they couldn't do it. And I watched Game 5. I celebrated. And a few people hit me up on Twitter. A few people hit me up on Instagram. Where's the emergency podcast? But I just said, why? Why add insult to more injury? So just so you know, I was thinking about doing an emergency podcast. And then on Saturday, I was thinking about doing a post-Game 4 emergency podcast. And I said, why? Why the fuck do I need to do it? I know G. Moody was out. He wouldn't have been available. And the whole reason for doing an emergency after Game 4 would be to stomp G. Moody's ass. So I just want to let everybody know that, of course, the temptation was there. I was chomping at the bit, but I just said, why? I'm going to wait till I get back to New York City and really fucking jump on G. Moody's ass.
Let's go. I'm with it.
Well,
I'm waiting.
we'll get to the game. We'll get to the game in a minute. Game 4, the series, and all that stuff. I wanted to ask you how you were doing. How was your weekend, Moody? I didn't get to speak to you that much this weekend. I wanted to let you be. Just in general, how is the 3-time podcast co-host of the year feeling?
A little despondent because I thought they would win at least one game so we could extend the series. So because we love basketball, and I'm a little despondent that they lost. I was at a bar in Lakewood, California, Buffalo Wild Wings. Met a guy, my man Brandon. He was ribbing me. He was a Golden State dude. He's from Germany. We was going back and forth. He was giving it to me, and I lost. Cleveland lost, so I was fucked up. Brandon, fuck you, man.
Yeah, well, Brandon, you know where to find me. Brandon, I'm sure was a lot more playful. He was ribbing you, as you said. I don't rib.
Yeah,
I don't do that. I don't rib. I fucking jump on your fucking head.
Yeah.
We'll do that later. I want to get to some other things first before I get on a fucking trampoline and fucking do some Mary Lou Retton flips on your fucking neck.
All right.
This is something that I had to run this up the flagpole with my wife because I have to say I was torn, and I have such reverence, and I have such just respect and admiration, and I mean any sort of adjective and verb you could think of for Robert De Niro. This is the I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast, the home of the Robert De Niro line of the week. The guy means so much to me as a fan. I'm such an admirer of his. He means so much to me. He's inspired me so much as an actor.
All-time great.
And just
I love him as well.
Before I even thought about being an actor, entertain me. And then when, I can't say enough about him. I talk about him all the time here. And we've talked about him in all the time in regards to Trump. And he's given some of the great quotes about Trump. At one point, he called him a dog, a mutt. Actually, Miles Jordan, play that clip.
I mean, he's so blatantly stupid. He's a punk. He's a dog. He's a pig. He's a con, a bullshit artist, a mutt who doesn't know what he's talking about, doesn't do his homework, doesn't care, thinks he's gaming society, doesn't pay his taxes. He's an idiot. Colin Powell said it best. He's a national disaster. He's an embarrassment to this country. It makes me so angry that this country has gotten to this point, that this fool, this bozo, has wound up where he has.
I mean, that's beautiful. That's eloquent right there. He called him a dog. He called him a mutt. Called him a con. All these things. And he's spoken out a couple of times. But I have to say, and I didn't watch it live. I saw it the next day, the day after, the Tony Awards, which I could give two shits about. I could give two shits about the Tony Awards. Obviously, I respect the craft of theater, but that award show's not for me. You know, I don't like musicals. I don't like any of that. I don't like Hamilton. I respect it. I respect all those people. I respect all the actors, all the singers, all the performers, but that particular award show I could give two shits about. And I was traveling to New York, and I don't watch that show. I have to give a reason why I don't watch that show. Do you watch the show, Moody?
Hell no.
Fuck no. Fuck no. Now, if I was ever nominated for a Tony, yes, I'd be watching and I'd be urging everybody to watch the goddamn show.
Me too.
Right? Who knows?
Yeah.
The I Am Rapaport Stereo podcast might go to Broadway someday, and then we'll be like, oh, God damn it. Me and Moody are presenting at the Tonys. You got to watch it. But aside from that 5 minutes of me and Moody at the Tony Awards, I could give two shits. So De Niro came out to announce an award, and without prompting or without any sort of agitation or discussion, my guy, my main man, said, fuck Donald Trump.
Yeah.
And I have to say,
round of applause.
Oh, man. I mean, this is like playing into talk about home crowd advantage. This is New York. This is a theater crowd. You are going right to the easiest, lowest common denominator. And I have to say, Robert De Niro, I love when he's spoken out about Trump. The clip that we just played, fantastic. But for him to say anything about Trump at the Tonys that night without any prompting, I felt like leave that to fucking animals like myself. Leave that to the lunatics. Like, you're so beyond that. And it just wasn't the time and the place. And why? Why? You've articulated.
Exactly.
Yeah, I didn't understand it. And I have nothing. I got nothing but respect for this dude. This is my fucking dude. And I love that one of the great things about Donald Trump being an agitator for Robert De Niro is he's brought him out of his shell. We're talking about one of the most notoriously, infamously shy, guarded people in all of Hollywood history. But since Trump, and I think, just over the years, because he's a philanthropist and because he donates a lot of things to charity and the Tribeca Film Festival, he's sort of been forced, and age, he's sort of been forced to come out of his shell. But I just was like, Bobby D, you don't need to do that.
Yeah.
Let me get on Instagram and do it. Let all the other people do it. And also, there's got to be some context to it. I just didn't feel it. The thing that's the word, context. I didn't understand what the context was.
I know. It's crazy, man.
I didn't get it. I just didn't get it. It's a Sunday. It's the Tony Awards. No one's discussing Trump. I didn't get it. Did you see Bobby D do that?
I saw it, and that's the reason. That's one of the reasons why Trump will win again in 2020. I mean, these people were just crazy with it. And, De Niro just coming out, fuck Trump. It's an award show. Get the award. Why are you talking about this guy? He's the president. I mean, wait till the elections come around and put your ballot in. Maybe you could get him out. But to say fuck Trump plays right into Donald Trump's pocket, in his wheelhouse. And that's why I think that sentiment is going to propel him to another term. You'll see. These guys just got to cool out, man. He's won already. Please. You look crazy, man. You look crazy. And it's like a round of applause.
No, it wasn't just a round. It was a standing. A motherfucker started dancing and shit.
Yeah, and it's not really going to make much difference. That plays right into his wheelhouse. The fans, his fucking base and all that. Man, he's like, look at these guys, man. Insults, fuck this. Listen, man. That's not the way to do it.
Yeah, I just didn't understand it. I just didn't get it. I didn't understand it. And that's my man, 50 grand of Bobby. We love Bobby.
Of course.
Oh, and we love Bobby.
Of course. Who doesn't?
Who doesn't love Bob? Jesus Christ. I saw the box office winner this weekend was Ocean's 8.
Oh, wow.
I saw it. It won the box office, which means nothing. Starring Sandra Bullock, and Rihanna's in it. looking fantastic. And Mindy Kaling is in it. It's a jam-packed, star-studded cast, and it won the box office easily. And I enjoyed the film. I think it was a decent film. It was good. It was entertaining. It did what it was supposed to do. But one of the things I thought was interesting that hasn't been brought up is the pay, the gender pay. It's been a lot of people have been discussing. You're talking about Kate Blanchett is in it, Anne Hathaway is in it. Like I said, Rihanna, this actress who you probably recognize before you would know her name. Sarah Paulson, great actress. Helena Bonham Carter, great actress.
Right.
All women, all different stars at different levels, but no one's questioned if they got paid the same amount of money.
Oh, yes. I wanted to ask you that. Did they get paid
the
same amount because it was all women and no men to scale? Who got more? Who got less? And is there any beef about that?
Oh, there should be a lot of beef. No one's brought it up. But I'll tell you this. Rest assured that Sandra Bullock got the most money.
She got the most racks.
And you know why Sandra Bullock's got the most money? Is because she's the biggest fucking star. Mm-hmm. Okay? And Kate Blanchett probably got the second amount of money along with Anne Hathaway because they're the second biggest stars.
Oh, so it was pay discrimination.
Oh, I guess so. So. And Rihanna, who's probably the biggest worldwide pop star, arguably, in some aspects, some people would say she's more famous than Sandra Bullock, Kate Blanchett, or Anne Hathaway. In some respects, I guarantee you she got even less than all of them because she's not proven as a box office draw in the movies. So I want to know, where's the controversy?
Where's the protest?
Sandra Bullock made more money than all the other women in the film. Where's the fucking protest? Do you think Sandra Bullock said, nah, I'm going to take less money unless the rest of the women in the film get... Fuck no, she didn't say that. And nor should she say that.
Yeah, and where's Ellen? I thought Ellen should have an expose on this.
Oh, this is a big fucking... If this was men and it was a mix, because it's all women, it would be a big, big fucking to-do. They squeezed Mark Wahlberg for this. Benedict Cumberbatch, he's not going to accept jobs where his female co-star doesn't get as much as him. Why isn't anyone discussing it with this film? Because I guarantee you Helena Bonham Carter didn't make a fucking nickel compared to what Sandra Bullock made, Kate Blanchett made, and Anne Hathaway made. And Mindy Kaling, she didn't get paid jack shit. And Sarah Paulson, she's considered one of the great actresses of her generation. She just won an Emmy Award for the OJ movie. She didn't get shit compared to these other women. Where's the protest?
Exactly. And since Sandra Bullock got the most, did she make a statement saying, I am horrified that the other co-stars didn't get equal to me?
Nope.
Did she come out and say that?
Nope.
Oh.
Nope. But they squeezed Mark Wahlberg for his $1 million when he did the reshoots of that film.
Yep, the Hollywood bullies. These people are bullies.
I want to know where the uproar is over the fact that the great icon, pop culture icon Rihanna got far less than Sandra Bullock.
Yeah.
Why isn't there protests in the streets? Why isn't there some hashtag being made up? Why is it that Mindy Kaling did not get as much money as Anne Hathaway? Because her worth is not as much as Anne Hathaway. Anne Hathaway is a movie star. Okay? Anne Hathaway, and there's this other chick that was in the film. She was good. I can't even pronounce the name. It's like Aquafina, something like that.
Right.
They probably got her they gave her nothing. She's never been in a big movie before. They gave her, you know why they gave her nothing? She was happy to be there.
Right.
You don't just pay, and then the men that were in the movie, Griffin Dunn was in the movie, all these, you think they got as much as Sandra Bullock? Fuck no.
It's scary. Yeah, and I'm upset. I think I'm gonna protest. What studio that shit was at, Rap? I think me and you should draw up some picket signs with some crayons and go and say, yo, why Sandra Bullock didn't give her pay to the other women in the motherfucking movie.
And you know what, Gerald? When you first started your speech there, you said you were horrified, and I think you should have went with that word. You could embrace that. Say it again, please. Were you horrified, Mr. Moody?
I was horrified at the abhorrent behavior and the discrimination that goes on on the set. Sandra Bullock is the captain. Oh. She's supposed to say, "Oh no, you can't give me more."
Stop production. Right. I want this no-name, never been in a movie before chick to get as much as me.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. You're on your soapbox, among other things. Now it's all women. Why can't they all get the same? Don't bullshit yourself, man.
Well, I'm sorry to horrify you, Moody.
Yeah, it's horrifying. I'm very upset about that. I want them to all get equal pay. Why people got to get less?
Oh, it's horrifying.
Yeah.
I was horrified when this whole thing dawned on me. And I gotta be honest, if there's anybody who's listening that's horrified about finding out that some no-name actress didn't get paid as much as Sandra Bullock, I'm sorry for horrifying you.
I don't know how you didn't walk out the fucking movie.
I was so horrified, I felt like walking out. I was just so horrified. That's the word they all used. Oh, I was horrified to learn.
Yep, and that's why I picked it.
Well, I apologize for horrifying any listeners of the I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast. I know there's brand new listeners of the I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast. I apologize for horrifying you. I did not mean to be horrifying. And listen, I think that there should be a big protest, and I think it should involve men and women and everybody who's about fair and gender equality and gender pay.
Right, absolutely. They did the sucker shit. They did the exact thing that happens with men. You see how hypocritical this shit is?
Yo, that is some bullshit.
Same thing. The exact same thing. So it's bullshit. Thanks for pointing that out. And you should have walked out the fucking movie.
Well, I think I was in shock first because first you get shocked and then you get horrified.
Yeah.
I was horrified to find out.
Me too.
This very popular, I don't know if he's a rapper. I don't know what kind of music this dude makes. Very popular, I don't know what the fuck he does, to be honest with you. His name's Post Malone.
Oh, okay.
This fucking guy, this is a new trend. People are getting their impromptu feelings. They're like in the moment feelings tattooed, not just on their body, on their face. This fucking guy, Post Malone, he's the kid, he came out with a song called White Iverson and then said he wasn't really into rap music. So I don't know who this fucking guy is. He got on his face, under each eye, tattooed always on one eye and then under the next eye, like right where you have like your bags on your eyes.
Yeah.
Under the next eye, tired. So he got always tired, about an inch on each side, tattooed where you have like under your eye.
Right. Why?
Because he's a fucking idiot. You gotta be a fucking idiot. That's like me getting tattooed, my back hurts on my forehead. Or I gotta take a shit on my neck.
Right.
Or I didn't get enough sleep. I mean, this is stupid.
Right. I would like to ask him, yo, can you give us reason? What's the reasoning behind that? Why do that? You're gonna take it off anyway.
You can't. Yo, the technology to get I tried to get the little scribble scrabble bullshit I have on my arms taken off. It's like a 1.5 year long process.
Wow.
It's not easy. You got to keep going back, keep going back. And they said it's very painful. I can't imagine how painful it is to get it right under your eyelids.
Man.
But why are you getting your feelings tattooed always tired? So you want to have that on your face the rest of your life? How dumb is that shit?
Opioids, Molly, Xanax, It's all brain chemistry altering shit. This is what you do when you're under a whole ton of substances. This is what you do. You're not yourself. This guy's fucking, he's whacked out of his head, man.
Yeah, I don't understand that shit. That shit's real dumb. But he's not the only one. This guy's getting like little messages tattooed on their face. It's one thing to do it on your body, which is real stupid. It's another thing to do it dead smack right on your face, as if your life and your feelings and your. This one you need like parents around or some shit. Like you ain't got no friends. One of his friends. This guy's a big singer, or I don't know what the fuck he does. He don't have no friends. But like, yo, chill. Wait till tomorrow and see if you still want to get that.
Right. But they're all doped out. Like I said, these are the 70s revisited. This is like the junkies of this time. They do all kind of shit. Remember the dope heads back in the days in the 70s? They in the street naked. They nodding out.
Yes.
That's who we have right now.
All right, Miles Jordan. Let me get something funky. I think that laugh, you know it's coming, Moody.
Yeah.
Fuck. First of all, I want to say this. In case you've been living under a rock, the Golden State Warriors won their second championship back-to-back in embarrassing fashion.
Yeah.
Please, can I have the floor?
Oh, yeah. I yield to the gentleman from Manhattan. Go ahead.
They lost 4-0. Everybody who was watching the game, who understands basketball, said that it appeared that LeBron James and his team quit about 8 minutes into the fourth quarter. They got their asses kicked. Steph Curry, Draymond Green, the rest of the team, Kevin Durant, and of course Klay Thompson, JaVale McGee, Sean Livingston, my guy David West from New Jerusalem, the whole crew. They bust their asses. Congratulations on doing it in embarrassing fashion. After the game, the big discussion, instead of just sort of turning it over to the Golden State, moving on, giving them all the props, one of the big things that overshadowed Kevin Durant winning MVP. A lot of people said that they thought that Steph Curry should have won MVP. A lot of people said that they thought they should have won co-MVPs. Doesn't matter. It's a team game. So all this conversation about who's the best player, who's the GOAT, it means nothing. It's a team game. The players that I mentioned, JaVale McGee, very productive in this series. Sean Livy, the whole crew, they beat the other team. But after the press conference, after playing with superhuman strength, with superhuman powers, after throwing the ball fast and hard off the backboard in Game 3, catching it and dunking it with ferocity, LeBron James comes out to his post-game presser with a fucking cast. And he says, I pretty much played the last 3 games with a broken hand.
Sucker shit right there. I agree.
Oh, you chimed in. I'll let you take the floor. Please continue.
I thought if you didn't make that public when it happened, after you get your ass kicked and you lose all the games, you shouldn't make it public afterwards.
Period.
I thought, right. And that was sucker shit because it's like, now it looks like you're like, oh man, like, yo, y'all didn't know. Yo, you can't do that. You get a mark for that, man. That's unacceptable. I agree totally with you.
And the thing that bothered me about it is exactly what Moody said. But what if you had won? Would you have mentioned the cast? And why, if you hit it for 3 games, this guy has cameras on him 24/7, teammates. You have these people on the teams that leak things to the press. Nobody said anything. It got out. We're talking about the world's most famous athlete. It was hidden. He obviously was injured in some fashion, whether it was broken, fractured, sore, whatever. After Game 1, apparently he punched one of those blackboards and hurt his hand.
Right.
No one knew anything about it. Why don't you do the press conference, give props to the Warriors, and then get your little fucking Band-Aid put on your shit.
Yeah. Don't mention it. Don't mention it. It's in bad taste. After the first game, I would have strangled JR. I wouldn't have punched no blackboard. I'd be like, yo, I would have strangled that motherfucker in the locker room.
Understood. Understood. And if you hurt
restrained.
your hand strangling him, understood.
Exactly. Fuck the blackboard. I'm going after the guy who caused this shit.
And then later on, if they see you a day later and they see you with the cast, they go, what happened? Oh, my shit was just a little sore. We wrapped it up. Keep it funky. Allen Iverson played with broken bones.
Yeah.
He never said anything. I have ulcerative colitis. I have inflammation in my fucking lungs. I have a chronic cough.
Inflammation in your bowels, too.
You don't hear me complaining? I do the goddamn podcast. You don't hear a fucking word out of me.
Word.
And then it's another thing. I want to say this to you, Moody.
All right, because you got to yield to me soon.
A lot of people say, oh, you're a bandwagoner, you're this. I was thinking about that. People that listen to this podcast, you know where I'm at. They get the sentiment, they get the gist. But me, Michael Rapaport.
Yeah.
I rooted for the Seattle Seahawks like they were my own fucking team against Tom Brady.
And that's why a lot of New Yorkers are down on you now.
No. They're not down on shit.
Yeah.
I want to explain something. I want to explain something. I rooted for the Seattle Seahawks versus Tom Brady and the Patriots like they were my own. I rooted for the Atlanta Falcons versus Tom Brady and the Patriots like they were my own.
Yeah.
I put my emotions on the line. Okay? Sometimes you win, sometimes you don't win. Everybody saw the iconic photo of me underneath my coffee table when the New England Patriots came back 28-3. I wanted the New England Patriots to fucking lose. I danced. I celebrated. I told Julian Edelman to his face. That's what I wanted.
Right.
And when they lost, I accept the pain of that. That's why it's sports. I accepted the pain of the Golden State Warriors losing when they were up 3-1. So when I root for a team that's not my own, I give myself the pain and I accept the pain. Listen, you take on the team, you adopt the team for the week, you adopt the team for the series. If they win, you stuff it down their fucking throat. Like I'm going to stuff it down your fucking throat, Moody. And if they lose, you go underneath the coffee table. I'm entitled to do that. You think in the NFL playoffs, when the Giants aren't involved, I'm going to just step away? No, I love the sport. I'm going to get involved. I'm going to root for who I want to root for. And if the team wins, I feel it. If the team loses, I feel it. And I accept the winning as good as I do the losing. So when they lose 3-1 to the Cavaliers, I'm heartbroken. When they fuck them, when they stuff them, when they pound them, 4-0, I could celebrate it. I've earned that fucking right. I earned the right to sit there and go, I talk shit about LeBron James versus Indiana Pacers. He proved me wrong. I didn't talk shit about the Raptors. I knew that was going to happen.
Yeah,
I
baby dinosaurs.
I adopted Boston. He proved me wrong. I accept it. So then when I say they're going to get their asses ripped, reamed, and stretched versus Golden State, I've earned that fucking right. I have earned that fucking right. So all the, what do you think? The Knicks haven't played basketball in 2 months. We love basketball. Moody goes with LeBron. He has to accept what I'm giving it to him right now. And if it was vice versa, I'd have to accept it. So these people are like, yo, you're a bandwagoner. I love basketball. It is my favorite sport. I had a dream last night, Gerald, that somehow I had a dream last night. We're going to come back to the Warriors.
All right.
I had a dream. This is how much I love basketball. I had a dream last night that somehow, some way, Charles Barkley got some sort of misinterpretation because Ian Rapaport of ESPN was on a tangent talking shit about Charles Barkley. Charles Barkley thought it was me. I ran into him at a bar, and me and Charles Barkley got into a fight. Okay, but the point is that I love basketball. I love basketball. Like, when I meet basketball players, I'm jittery. I was walking along the streets of New York City today. Beautiful. Spring pre-summer day. I sat down to get a coffee at some coffee joint in the West Village. And guess who was sitting right in front of me?
Who?
Devin Booker of the Phoenix Suns. That nasty motherfucker. Devin Booker, he's 21. I was like a fucking schoolgirl at a Justin Bieber concert.
Let me stop you for a second, and I just want to interject. I get a lot of vitriol and DMs about you, and New York people are coming at me. It's like, yo, your man looked like he out there selling his ass to Golden State. He out there at half court.
They're mad.
I can't defend you as a New Yorker, and you out there in San Francisco at half court, shaking hands with these motherfuckers. Yes. So I say, yo, this is a traitor.
Yes. No,
this is a traitor.
I understand all that, but I just explained it in basic terms.
We don't give a fuck. As a New York people, as New Yorkers, we don't give a fuck. I don't fuck with Cleveland Cavaliers. I fuck with LeBron.
Hey, listen, let me tell you something. I decided to lift my self-imposed ban on being a Knicks fan because the great and potentially a game-changing David Fizdale was hired by the Knicks. I dictate. I'm emotionally involved. Listen, I worked for 16 fucking months tirelessly, endlessly on When the Garden Was Eden. Me and you were at the Garden in 1981. Okay? I don't have to prove how much of a Knicks fan I am, but I am not going to sit here with my fucking dick in my hand.
Oh, word?
During the playoffs and not be emotionally involved. That's part of being a fan. So, no, I'm not going to sit here with my dick in my hands, Moody. You know what I'm going to sit here with? My fucking broom in my hands. Fuck you. You fuck. You fuck you. I had 2 fucking brooms Friday night, you cocksucker, and I swept it up. And we beat the fuck out of you. And I accepted that win like it was my fucking own. And I texted Chris Mullen, you fuck. And I texted Mitch Richmond, you fuck. And I swept those fucking streets up. And if I was in Cleveland, I would have probably gotten into a fight. I would have gotten arrested. And it would have been well fucking worth it. They got their fucking ass kicks. And now LeBron James is going to figure out what he needs to do to put himself in the best position to win at least one more championship in his career. Yeah. He's leaving Cleveland. I don't know where the fuck he's going. Reports today said that Gary Payton, Hall of Famer, friend of the I Am Rapaport Stereo podcast, one of the coaches of the Big Three, which I will be the sideline reporter starting June 22nd in Houston.
GP, what's good?
How good was he on the I Am Rapaport Stereo podcast?
Oh, man. Gary Payton is the best, man. Of course.
He's like a combination of like Richard Pryor and he should be a stand-up comedian.
Gary Payton, what up?
But GP said that LeBron James' son has committed to a high school in California to play basketball. I don't know how that came out, but Gary Payton said it. Gary Payton is about as G as it comes. Yeah. When you talk about a real motherfucker who came up the real way and who's about as G as it gets. So if he said it, he's not talking out his ass because he's not no gossip or whatever. So, yeah. I mean, LeBron James is going to go to L.A. He said he's not going to play for the Clippers. In all likelihood, if he comes to L.A., he's playing for the Lakers. Whatever the fuck he does, it's over.
It's not over.
It's fucking over. He got swept. You know what's over? This dick snot about, he's better than Jordan. You fucking Jordan and get fucking swept in the finals?
Nah.
Jordan he never went to a Game 7 in the finals.
And he never had a retarded guy on his team either.
I don't give a fuck about the special needs. He got swept. He came out with an ace bandage on, like on some Rocky Balboa shit. What the fuck? Where you come out with a fucking ace bandage that you got at CVS or Rite Aid after the game? I thought you got a broken hand. Put a fucking real cast on you. Oh, I played the last 3 games with a broken hand. Get the fuck out of here, man.
Yeah. I agree with you at the last point, and I'm waiting for you to yield to the gentleman from Brooklyn. But go ahead.
Let me see if I don't know what more I need to say. I don't know why when they talk about LeBron James, they have to say he's a great philanthropist, he's a great husband, he's a great father. They don't do this about anyone else. Kevin Durant just gave $14 million. Okay, Kevin Durant said in an interview with ESPN or ABC or one of them, they said, where are you signing? He said, I'm signing with the Golden State Warriors.
Of course.
Kevin Durant, but wait. Kevin Durant, when he re-signed with Oklahoma City, he didn't make any fanfare about it. He just re-signed. This guy's going to take over the summer, take the entire NBA hostage, and do all this bullshit. And you know what? You're still not beating the Golden State next year.
Yeah, you talk about like KD, like, but if you really about that life, you got mission accomplished. You got your chips. You signed there. You went to a championship team that didn't need you, and you got your chips. KD, you mad nice. I'm giving you all that credit. You won, but think about LeBron. Check it out, Rap, and yield to me for a second. Miami, the Heat, before LeBron got there, first round exit to the Celtics. When LeBron got there into his last year in Cleveland, they lost to the second round to the Celtics. LeBron contract was honored. He leaves to go to Miami. He didn't go to the fucking Celtics that beat him. So that year, the Lakers won the championship. LeBron's last year in Miami, they lose to the Spurs in the finals. LeBron honors his contract and says, you know what? I'm going to go back home because I got some unfinished business to do. I'm going to give these motherfuckers a chip. He does that. He goes back to Cleveland, brings him a chip, and incidentally beating the championship team that your man joined because he himself could not do it. Again, in this scenario, your guy would have joined the Spurs. So I don't respect Kevin Durant because he joined a championship team that won a chip without him. LeBron went to Miami, and the year before, Miami didn't make the fucking playoffs. And then he came back to Cleveland, who hadn't made the playoffs, and he won them a championship. So you cannot equate similarity. LeBron went to a team that wasn't shit and made them win the championship, beating the same team that your man joined. That's all I'm saying. I respect the Golden State Warriors. Crazy nice. Yo, dynasty. But, yo, that dude, you need to break out and go to D.C. and cement your legacy because, yo, and he put something on Instagram. He was like, yo, back to back. And you should see the comments. Everybody around the world feels the exact same way I feel. That shit you got an asterisk because you joined a championship team and you already nice. Of course you're going to win. So fuck homeboy. LeBron, gear up and go to a team and yo, your contract is honored. That's what he does, 2-year joints. But he gives you a championship. Money went to a fucking team that won already. Fuck him, man. He ain't all that.
When it was time to shine.
Look who LeBron got.
When it was time to shine.
Wait, Rap. I haven't finished. Yield back. He got 4 Hall of Famers. It's hard. The greatest player in the world playing with some bum-ass motherfuckers that's scared of the bright lights. Of course, it's going to be an uphill battle. And the developmentally delayed guy didn't know they had timeouts. The coach didn't even know they had fucking... What kind of shit are we on? Of course he broke his hand in the locker room. It's terrible, but I concede they won the championship. But Steph Curry, Clay, those are the dudes, man. And Draymond and Iggy, those are the dudes. That's the core. Fuck money.
Yo, you cannot say those are the dudes. This dude, when game 3, game 4, and what he did offensively, game 4, what he did offensively in game 3, and listen, no one's going to shut down LeBron James, but he guarded LeBron James all 4 of those games, particularly the last 3, at the top of the key. And LeBron James was never just busting his ass because he's tall, he knows how he plays, and he took the challenge. And LeBron didn't do that. He took the fucking challenge. And if you're playing a nice dude, they're going to score. You're playing LeBron James, sometimes they're going to score. JaVale McGee got him into a situation. He guarded him. He had to do some crazy shit. He threw it off the backboard with his quote-unquote broken hand and made the highlight of the series. Yo, you can't keep shitting on this dude. And here's another thing. The LeBron James, the fact that he grew up in Cleveland, got drafted by Cleveland, which is just something that that's just like, that was destined to happen, right? Not everybody gets drafted by their home team. Think about this. If you, G. Moody, right now was drafted, you were a kid, 21 years old, like you were just coming out of Brooklyn, and you got drafted by the Brooklyn Nets. Think about all the motherfuckers, all your friends, all your homeboys you'd have to deal with, all the people that'll be hitting you up for tickets and all. That works for some people. Some people, that doesn't work for. Some people, that's a lot. It worked out for LeBron. He did his thing. We don't need to keep going over how about he's a great philanthropist and all this shit. They got their asses kicked. They got fucking swept.
I don't mention shit like that. It's terrible. It's bad. Yo, Golden State won. But all I'm saying now,
they didn't just win.
Money. Your mission is accomplished. But
some people don't want to keep changing teams. You know what it is to move.
It ain't no changing teams, Rapaport. He accomplished his mission. It was to get a championship. Now show your medal. If you're the number one player in the world, go home to D.C.
He don't want to go to D.C.
Because he know what time it is. So of course you're going to sign with these motherfuckers. This is like, of course.
And now everybody's teaming up and gathering all their friends. And whether you want to admit it or not, that's because of LeBron. So he's going to figure out, is Paul George going to come to the Lakers?
No,
or am I going to go to Houston? That's because of him. He started this bullshit.
Paul Pierce. Paul Pierce.
Those dudes were in the league for 12 fucking years when they did that.
They won a championship. It was the big three. That's where that shit started from. LeBron, wait. I got to make this point. LeBron went to Miami, and the year before they didn't make the fucking playoffs.
But we're not arguing how good he is. Like, that's the thing. You keep trying to explain to me how good he is.
I'm not saying
I said on this podcast over and over, I said it on video, he's the best player in the league. But even the best player in the league, it doesn't matter. It doesn't fucking matter. The only thing that fucking matters, 51 points in game one doesn't matter. All that shit that he did versus Toronto doesn't matter. The gallant shit that he did versus Boston, none of that shit matters.
Exactly. I agree, but you're missing my point. My point is LeBron didn't join a championship team. That's what I'm saying.
For you to say Miami isn't a championship team, they had D-Wade when he was in his prime. And you still acting like Chris Bosh didn't go there also.
LeBron did not join the Lakers, who eventually won the championship that year. He joined Miami, who got swept basically in the against the Celtics. So when Miami lost to the Celtics, when Cleveland lost to the Celtics, if it was your man would have went to the Celtics. See, this is the dichotomy. This is what the fuck I'm talking about. He's great. Kevin Durant is great. How can anybody say he isn't? But, the principality of that, it resonates around the world. They look at that guy like a piece of shit. I talked shit about it when it
first happened, but I understand it, and I've also met him, and you see what kind of disposition he has. He's not all about that rah-rah shit.
You gotta be about. And
he's not all about that shit. He got his championships. He likes living up there. Those dudes are making money up there. Those dudes are making money in Silicon Valley up there. Don't get it twisted.
I'm with all that. I'm saying, and the reason why LeBron will never be in Michael Jordan and Kobe
because he's a bitch-ass motherfucker who comes out with a soft cast.
Because he doesn't have that killer instinct. When he had Steph Curry in the first game or whatever, and he made the pass to George Hill, Michael Jordan, Kobe would have said, we're going to live or die on me. That's what separates. That's why he'll never be there, because he's supposed to take Steph Curry and back his ass down in. But he didn't do that. He'll never be up there, but he's top 3 for me.
And he's top 3 for me, too. And you know what the sad thing about it is? This is the thing that I'll say is the sad thing. For like LeBron is top 3, he don't have to prove any more shit. He can retire, and his greatness is solidified above and beyond. And whatever he does from here is just going to just keep adding cherries to it. But the thing for me, and you can understand this, is that he's setting a precedent that you could just keep changing team after team after team after team. Not like when you're just like hanging on to get extra contracts. Not when you're just like in your last few years. Yo, this dude is, you could arguably say he's in his prime. Like he performed at a level that's crazy. And he's just changing teams. So whether he goes to the Lakers, Houston, wherever the fuck he's going to go, he's setting a precedent for all these young kids that are coming up behind him that they're
But they can't do that. But they can't do that because nobody is as great as him. This is a once.
But look at Paul George.
It's like a generational player.
But look at Paul George. But I'm saying he like the precedent is it's like it's set now. Paul George went to OKC. He was out there with fucking crazy ass Russell Westbrook, who's rhyming Ice Cube songs the day after they won the championship, whining and complaining. He's out there in OKC. He's never gonna win shit. Him and Steven Adams, like his goon Steven Adams, you guys ain't winning jack shit.
Yeah, they not winning shit, but LeBron is a once-in-a-generational player. So, he's maximizing his talent, and I'll give you 3 years with an option, so I'm going to get a championship, and I'm going to move on. But, it's the finals. What owner, if you're an owner, what owner wouldn't want that? I got a once-in-a-generational player who's on the sunset of his career, and he still gets us to finals. He can do that.
I don't even think he's at the sunset. You
33, you got about 3 more years, man.
I'm telling you right now, barring injury, the way this dude plays and the fact that he could play other positions, if he's playing with whether it's a Kyrie or Alonzo Ball, and he's with these young stallions, Kyle Kuzma, these young high-energy motherfuckers, and whoever else, and Paul George, and he don't have to do as much as he did, and the fact that he's got so many different skills, barring a serious injury, if he doesn't get like a torn Achilles or something that fucks him up, this dude is going to break the mold. He's going to be the Tom Brady dude. Like, he's 40. He's 41 because he's not going to continue to do what he did this year because he can't do that. That's
right. That's too much.
It doesn't seem fun after a while. Like it's too much of a burden. So whatever the case is, listen, the NBA is in a great place. It's going to be a lot of shit talking all summer. Who knows where he wind up? But I'm going to just say this one last time. Can I have the floor? What did you say? What did you call it?
I yield to the gentleman from Manhattan.
I'm going to just say this one more time. Your guy got fucked. He got swept, and he got stuffed. Miles, Jordan, let me get something funky to change the subject. All right, I told you guys earlier, I'm telling you one more time, the I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast Tour, World Tour, is continuing this summer. Thursday, July 26th, Toronto. We are coming to Canada, July 26th, Toronto. Saturday, August 4th in New York City. Saturday, August 18th in Houston, Texas. Wednesday, August 22nd in Philadelphia. I cannot wait for that. Saturday, that's going to be dope. Saturday, August 25th in Boston, Massachusetts. You can get all tickets at IamRapaportTour.com. I don't know what else to do, man. Listen, we've been rocking and rolling, talking all kind of shit for damn near an hour. Big Mike Evans. He plays wide receiver like a two-guard in the NBA. He was at Game 4. He likes to talk shit. He's a low-key shit talker. Just signed a contract for $81 million for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I love this dude. He's a fantasy football beast. He's a real-life football beast. He loves basketball. He loves football. We're going to talk to him about being at Game 4, what he heard. He was right there on the court. If you got $81 million, you sit in the Spike Lees. I call him the Mike Evans seats. Big Mike Evans coming up next, talking NBA, talking NFL, talking what the fuck are really OTAs, off-season workouts really about. Big Mike Evans from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, two-guard, all-pro, all everything, coming up next on the I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast. All Buttersoft I Am Rapaport Podcast t-shirts are available at districtlines.com/I Am Rapaport. Get your Buttersoft t-shirts. Get your hot Buttersoft t-shirts. We have the Wasteland tee, the Air Moody tee, the Murder Doc and Chill tee, the Suckashit t-shirt in black and or white. We have the You Fuck You tee, the Disruptive Behavior t-shirts and hats, and so much more. All Buttersoft I Am Rapaport podcast t-shirts and I Am Rapaport gear is available at districtlines.com/I Am Rapaport.
Hello.
My man, Big Mike Evans. I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast. NBA fan, NFL beast, plays wide receiver like a two guard in the NBA. Big Mike Evans, how you feeling, my friend?
I'm feeling great. I would feel better if the King would have won one game in the finals.
Well, Mike, listen. These things were not meant to be. The sweep was what was meant to be. Now, were you at any of the games, Mike?
Yeah, I went to the last one.
The game where they actually swept up Cleveland, that game. Game number 4?
Yeah.
All right, so tell me about what you saw, what that was like. What was that environment like? And just give me your breakdown of like being there. Like, did you have good seats? Did you have like big Mike Evans seats?
If courtside by the Warriors bench is Mike Evans seats, then yeah, I had them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was sitting like right next to David West and Iguodala and Curry and Durant when they would sit down on the floor. It was an awesome experience. And I was telling myself I knew it was going to be a sweep, but I just wanted to see King James in possibly his final game in Cleveland. So it was an awesome experience. You know, even though I wasn't happy with the outcome, it was cool to like be around like, you know, other pro athletes winning a championship,
right?
And being the best in the world. So, and I interacted with a lot of the players on the Warriors. Talked a little crap to them. They talked a little crap back. It was good stuff though. It was all in good fun. And me and my wife, we really enjoyed ourselves.
That's dope. So what were you saying? Who were you going after, and who was the most sort of talkative back to you?
You know, I had to give KD and Draymond some hell.
And but, I know Draymond doesn't shy away from conversation with anybody.
No, he doesn't. But he was. They were so like alert on the sideline. Like in football, when fans are talking trash, like they're not that close to us, so we can't really say nothing back, and we probably don't even hear them most of the time. But they heard me. I was like one seat away from them, so they heard me, and like most of them knew who I was. So you know they were talking noise back. Draymond told me that I was too emotional.
He told you that?
He did, and I just couldn't do nothing but laugh.
That's funny because he's about as emotional as it gets.
Yeah, I know.
What was the vibe on the bench being so close to? Because the reason why I wanted to talk to you, because I know you're a big basketball fan. I know you're a LeBron James fan, and obviously you do your thing in football, and you played basketball. We talked about that the last time you were on the podcast. Like when in the fourth quarter, when it was sort of the game got away from the Cavaliers, like how hyped up were those dudes? Like were they like? I mean, what was that like? Just as a fan.
Yeah, they were very excited. You could tell. They were saying back to back and all that. They were like, you know, dap each other up, give each other hugs and stuff like that. It was awesome. And then after the game, you know, seeing the players and their families come after the game and their kids and their wives, and that's what you work for, you know. No matter the circumstances, you know, even though you know I wasn't, you know, me and a lot of other people in the world that are fans of the game, you know, we didn't like Durant's decision, but it was awesome seeing him and his family after the game, and you know, I got to meet him. And he's a cool guy. I wish he wasn't a cool guy. He's a real cool guy. And it's just cool to see that, you know, as a pro athlete, you know, I want to be in that position one day.
Yo, so Mike, so you see my tweets on, you know, sometimes me and you go back and forth. You defended King James against one of my Twitter attacks once. Now, real talk. LeBron is about 6'9", 270. And he's 33 years old in the prime of his athletic prowess. I'm 48. I'm 6'3". I'm about 215, 210, 205 when I cut weight. If LeBron saw me, do you think he would want that smoke with me? Like, do you think he would actually want like these hands? Like based on everything that you've seen with me and all my tweets and all my shit talking, do you think he would want that smoke?
If he wasn't who he was, yeah. If he didn't have to worry about the authorities, definitely.
We don't need to do the authorities. Like I'll give him a fair one, 5 minutes. Like I'm just saying. And what would your prediction be on the outcome of that? Like I said, I'm 215 now. When I cut weight, I'm about 205. Like, what do you think? Like, how do you think that would go down? Keep it real, Mike.
He'd probably kill you.
Come on, man. You know what, Mike?
Like you'll probably die.
Yo, Mike.
I know you're from. Where you from? New York.
I'm from New York.
Yeah, that don't mean nothing. Like that's one of the best athletes of all time. He'll pummel you.
You know what, Mike?
You said 5 minutes? Well, a 5-minute fight lasts very, very long. If y'all in the room alone, nobody can help.
Nobody can help.
Nah, you don't want that. You know that, Mike.
Come on, man.
I probably wouldn't even want that. I don't back down from anybody ever. Shit, in a room with a guy 6'9", 270, super athletic and quick and strong.
What is it like? I've had the pleasure of watching him play up close. And now, listen, I talk all my shit, but I acknowledge his greatness. And the thing that when I've had those, I'll call them, instead of calling them the Spike Lee seats, I'll call them the Mike Evans seats. When I've had those Mike Evans seats, the couple of times where I've watched him up close, because he's so damn big. And obviously in your sport, you know, you're quick. You see other wide receivers, small guys that are quick. You know, you see safeties and DBs that are quick. But to see a guy as big as he is up close, talk to me just like athlete, like from an athletic standpoint, the thing that impresses you the most about him.
Just as far as his physical attributes?
Yeah, just like watching, because you've seen athletes. You're an NFL dude. Like, you know what the deal is.
No, he's as best as it can get. I mean, he's a creative player out there. Long arms, big shoulders, big lower body, can run as fast as anybody, you know, in the league, can jump higher than anybody. IQ off the charts. You know, I think, you know, seeing LeBron James in person is one of the best things that you can do if you're a sports fan.
Yeah,
like, no matter what sport you like. I took like my wife, she doesn't really like basketball as much, but when we go see LeBron and well, D-Wade's my favorite, but I like LeBron because of D-Wade. But the first time we saw, you know, when he was with the Heat, after I left out of college, we sat courtside to see LeBron and D-Wade play against the Pelicans, and we were just blown away.
Yeah,
just how fast he moves and how powerful. Like when he's going down the court, he's just so powerful. Yeah, he's a creative player.
Is there anybody in the NFL besides like the linemen, just in terms of that you could compare his size and athleticism to? Like the linemen are big, but they're not as fast. Is there anyone, Gronkowski, like is there a linebackers? Like is there anybody that you could say LeBron, like that's like a NFL version of LeBron James?
No.
So if he played in the NFL,
maybe Julio Jones, maybe.
How big is Julio? How tall is Julio?
He's shorter. You know, he's like 6'3". You know, he's built very muscular, very fit, but like he's not. I'm taller than him. So, and LeBron's way taller than me. So, like nobody in the NFL is close to LeBron's, like, you know, attributes and freaky athleticism, I don't think. Now,
as a fan, just as a basketball fan, what did you think of the cast coming off, at the presser? Because as a fan for me and as a LeBron doubter, but as someone who respects it, I would have said, yo, put the cast on after the press conference. Like, you made it this far hiding it. It's obviously not broken. There's an injury. Okay, do the press conference and keep it moving. Because it just leads like, why are you bringing this up now? You could have did the cast afterwards. You're dunking on JaVale McGee off the backwards. You're doing fancy handshakes with everybody with the same hand. And all of a sudden, you need to throw a cast on. You couldn't just wait till after the press conference to do the cast. What is your take on that?
I don't know, man. I don't think he was lying about the injury.
No, I don't either.
I don't know. Shit, the series was over. Maybe he's starting to heal it now. I don't know. Honestly, I don't. You got to ask him.
Well, maybe I'll ask him when we shoot that fair one. All right, Mike. You just signed what was reported as is it 50? What was it reported as? $61 million contract, $81 million, 55 guaranteed?
Something like that, yeah, 82.5 extension.
Totally earned it. I couldn't be happier for you. I have nothing but respect for you. Can you give me a little insight into somebody who has busted his ass in his entire life, and then when you achieve something like that, obviously, you know, it's got to be mind blowing. Like what does that feel like to have just that security and that sort of validation as a young man? How old are you now?
24.
You're 24 years old?
Yeah, I'll be 25 in August.
Jesus Christ, Mike, I'm so happy for you. You're 24 years old, and is this your 5th year you're going into, or your 4th?
My 5th.
You're a fucking beast, Mike. You're a beast. So when you bust your ass and you work so hard and you have all the luck in the world and all the hard work and just all the blessings to become an NFL player, and then you're kicking ass going into your 5th year and have that kind of contract, are you just like sometimes like, I can't believe it? Like, what does that feel like?
Yeah, sometimes it's mind blowing, like you said. But as far like you said, it's just the security that I have for my family is what I get excited about.
Right.
And I get to help other people.
Mm-hmm.
It is cool that I get to buy, NBA Finals tickets courtside. I'm not really like a big spender like that. But it's just, I don't know. It's surreal at times. But I'm not a flashy guy. Like, money doesn't really define me.
Yeah, you're a low key dude, man.
I love having money. Obviously, I mean, don't get it twisted. But like, it doesn't define me. I mean, as long as I just want to win and have a long career. And just enjoy it while I can. I'm playing against the best in the world. I'm one of the best in the world. And I want to be the best receiver I can be, best husband, father, and just enjoy the ride while I can because, life's short, man.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, I couldn't be happier for you, man. I think it's so dope. I can't believe you're 24 years old. That's insane to me, man. Okay, so you bought your courtside tickets. Can you give me just insight into one more thing you might have splurged on? Do we get a car? Do we get like a big TV? Like, just give me one more thing. You had to buy something.
I bought a house. Me and my wife bought a house, but it was before the contract because already, my first contract was sizable as well.
Yeah, that wasn't too shabby.
Not as sizable as this one, but so let me see. After this contract, I bought a Rolex.
Yup.
I like it a lot. I wore it at the game. It's pretty shiny. I was iced out on the sideline.
As you should be. I
bought my wife one. I think I bought my mom a Rolex for Mother's Day.
That's dope.
And what else did I get? I just bought like a lot of little stuff. Like I went to the Rockets-Warriors game. I got a suite for me and all my homies, my brother, my wife's family. We watched game 5?
Yeah.
When the Rockets won and Chris Paul got hurt. Man, I thought he had cramps that game. I couldn't believe it. He hurt his hamstring.
Yeah, that was tough.
On that play. That sucks. But yeah, I just do little stuff like that because I love sports. So I like to let everybody get involved sometimes.
That's dope. All right, and my final question is this, Mike. Can you explain to me? Like, I'm a football fan, and obviously, with NBA being over, I think everybody who's fans of sports, if I'm not into baseball, you take a little decompression, and then we get into preseason, towards July and August, and of course, that you're speaking to, and if you're nervous, it's okay. I'm a fantasy football guru, a senior fantasy football analyst. But can you explain to me what OTAs are? Like, what exactly are they?
It's kind of like spring ball for, how college football has spring ball and high school has spring ball. It's kind of the same thing, but no pads and no scrimmaging. It's really just, we go against the offense goes against the defense pretty much, every day. We do it 4 days. We do it Monday through Thursday. We do 7-on-7 and a team against the defense. We work on individual drills and just go to meetings for like an hour and a half, 2 hours out the day. So we're there for like 4 or 5 hours throughout the day. And that's pretty much all the time we have because of the CBA. That's all it is. It's just, I guess we practice with no pads on. That's all it is.
It's like practices, but it's practices light. There's no contact. So like when you're doing 7-on-7, is it like flag type of like physicality, like flag football? Like, is it like, how do you stop a play?
You can tag off. I guess, yeah. So it's not like flag. I mean, we have enough contact, not too much. Our coach will get fined if we have too much contact.
And would you say, like, as a young guy, like this year going into your 5th season, how far away are you right now from game ready shape? Like, how far, like, you know, I'm sure everybody's different, but for you, like, how far away are you from, like, being, like, a finely tuned, you know, NFL game ready machine? Or are you, like, if you had to play a game next week, are you, like, physically ready to play a game?
Physically ready to play a game next week? Like a preseason game, I could play because I only play like the first quarter or the second quarter. But those are like, they're grueling. It's a grueling game. So I can, it take me about three more weeks from now because we got mini camp coming up. So this will be a good, you know, time to get my cardio and get my body right. But I gotta I need those preseason games. I need at least 1 or 2 preseason games to get right and know where I need to be at. Because receiver is one of the hardest positions as far as you know, being tired and being fatigued. So we get about 50 to 60 plays if you're a starting receiver a game, and you got to run those full speed, take the hits. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to play next week. Would, but I'd probably have to be limited.
What, like, when you're in your biggest day of training, like when you're in your most intense day of training, how much cardio do you put in?
A lot. I mean, sometimes it's, you know, long distance running, but you know, the hardest things for me is the explosion drills. I do a lot of that, like pull what is it? The weight, the chains with a sled on the back.
Oh yeah. I'm saying, oh yeah, like I've ever done them. I've seen you guys do them. I wouldn't go near one of those things, man. I don't even go within 100 feet of him if I was at a, like, I don't go near that shit, Mike. But I say, oh yeah, like, yeah, I do
good work.
Yeah, it'd be some good work. It'd be some good laughs.
You're a funny guy, man.
Yo,
you know
so all right. So my final basketball question, then I'm gonna let you go. Where do you think LeBron James should go, and where do you think he'll actually end up? If you had it your way, or would you think he should stay in Cleveland? What would be your choice, and what is your prediction on where he's going to wind up?
Man, that's just such a hard question, man, because I'm, you know, D-Wade's my all-time favorite, but I don't know if he's going to retire, and even if he plays again, he won't be like the same, you know, D-Wade, you know, 5 years ago.
I think he's playing one more year.
One more year? Well, all right, then I want LeBron to go to Miami.
Oh, man.
And get Paul George over there.
No. Listen.
But realistically, I think, you know, he either stays in Cleveland. Smartest move would go to the Spurs. But if I had to choose for my likeness, I'd want him to go back to Miami and put that number 6 back on because, you know, he was unreal when he was in Miami those 4 years.
That would be crazy. I mean, wherever he goes, it's going to be nuts.
Absolutely. He should go to the Spurs. Popovich, you know, he gets to have like one of the best coaches.
Yeah.
You know, well, the best coach ever, in my opinion. Play for him in a really good system. You know, and his body won't be as taxed.
I agree.
As it was this past year.
I agree, because he could only, I mean, as great as he was in these playoffs, it can only continue for so long. All right, listen, Big Mike Evans, Tampa Bay Buccaneer beast, 24 years old. Congratulations on your contract. Congratulations on everything you've done so far. I got to get to a game this season. And see you do your thing live and in person. And I wish you all the luck in the off season, getting ready for the preseason and getting ready for the real season. Keep doing your thing, and I appreciate you rocking me on the podcast, Mike.
I appreciate you, Mike, man. Get me in fantasy football this year, man. I won't let you know.
Oh, that's that. Yo, that's a no-brainer. Yo, I like that tip. I know you're going to do your thing. I know you're going to kick ass. Stay healthy, and I'll talk to you soon, my man.
All right, boss. Thank you.
All right. I want to thank our guest, Big Mike Evans, returning guest. I love this dude. Good dude. Congratulations on all your success. Congratulations on a healthy offseason. I can't wait to see him do his thing. Fantasy football beats, first-round draft pick, fantasy football. G. Moody, whose last name rhymes with duty. Do you have any final words on your guy?
LeBron, you have nothing to be ashamed of. Everybody in the world saw how you did everything and tried to will these guys to win. You had a cast of clowns, and they didn't scrap with you, and you had to do everything. So obviously, you have nothing to be ashamed of. Yo, gear up, come back, and try to get another championship somehow. Okay. And also, Rap. Also, I want to shout out.
Wait. Before you do the shout out, I got one more question for you.
Okay.
Do you have anything to say to the champions?
Steph Curry, Iggy, Clay, all these guys that was there, that won chips, that did it before homeboy got there, y'all the champs. Give money a do-rag, and that's it.
Okay.
And wait, let me give a shout out. I want to shout out my man Alexis from Arrow Transportation, who's gets us from the airport to the crib in Brooklyn, whatever. Great dude, and he's extended it to you as well, Rap.
Okay.
So, good dude.
Yo, rate, review, get the I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast app. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Continue to give us sick fucks. Continue to tell us what you like, what you don't like. I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast. You can email us at iamrapaportpodcast@gmail.com. Rap-A-Pack, all the fans, new, old, day oneers, day tours, and people that just started rocking with us. We appreciate it. Miles, Jordan, take us out of here with something nice. Take us out of here with some championship beats.